Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good. Andrew's good. I'm good. Let me make sure my sound turned down over here. I've got Instagram up today. Thought ahead. I know. Thinking ahead today. I know. Super fancy over here. So, hello, Marianne. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Susie. Good to see you all here. Tall Blonde Designs. Melanie Monroe joining us over on Instagram. Thank you all so much. Hopefully you're having a wonderful, amazing, incredible day.
Tall Blonde Designs, is that Helen?
Don't know.
She's tall and blonde headed.
Possibly. What's happening, everybody? How are you doing? We have look at my shirt. I got a new shirt on today.
I'm showing off.
Thank you out there, Suzanne. It's a nice shirt. It's very comfortable. Suzanne got a lot of little errands done. Doesn't that feel good? And check all those little things off the list. Hello, Norma.
I don't know if I know what that feeling is like.
You do. We just opened a store. We checked off a lot of listy things. Not as many as we want to.
William, sometimes he makes a list after, and then he checks it off.
It's
He's
true.
Like, oh, look what I did. And it's like,
true.
That's your to-do list. That's not your to-done list.
That's what it makes me feel better, like I accomplished something. Sometimes my to-do list doesn't get filled out except for in my brain, and then I have to put it on paper so that I can actually see that I accomplished something today.
As William knows, I'm a fan of the to-do list.
Yes, he is.
And I put
big fan.
Correct. I have a whiteboard. I have on our refrigerator. There's about 5 pages worth of to do. And you think I'm exaggerating.
He's not.
Maybe under-exaggerating.
These are full letter-sized pieces of, not these little grocery list pieces of paper.
No.
Full piece.
With things mapped out.
It's my life, y'all. Norma is here. Hello, Norma.
But then you can't just like go with it, you know? Because you have to like read through all of it. Because my brain doesn't. I don't know. I wouldn't say that my brain is not linear. You know how some people, they're like, oh, my brain's linear. Mm-hmm. My brain is not necessarily not that, because I can form cohesive sentences, but I definitely kind of take a meandering path.
For his project planning.
If it's not like, if I don't have to communicate it in I don't know how you would say that. Maybe my problem solving is more of a meadow and less of a path. But my to get done is definitely goal oriented. I think it's because I'm born on the cusp-ish. I'm born near the cusp. And Virgo is more like, I'm going to clean this and organize this and have like systems in place. And then Libra is like, I like pretty stuff. And I like pretty stuff. That's
my Aquarius Pisces issues too.
So there you go.
Marianne says it's not raining here, so that's good. We need a little rain. We do need a little rain here, though. The grass is starting to look brown.
It's okay.
He's like, it can go brown.
It's not.
I'm watering our plants.
Crunchy brown.
Our few plants that we have, our catnip mostly every day. Give the blueberry bush a little water every day.
That's good.
And my fennel plant gets a little bit of water.
We need to move that.
I know.
It's like in the middle.
It's popping up right in the middle of the yard.
That's
well, what is the yard now? It was the garden. It was in the right place before. Suzanne says, I know where you got that shirt.
I'm afraid to move it because we moved the sage. And our sage was like the most luxurious thing.
It was the biggest plant we had, like just.
And it just always came back and always just
didn't have to do anything.
And then we moved it, and it died.
It died.
Like instantly.
Yep.
But you know what's funny is I had lavender, and they're supposed to be like both kind of like alpine herbs, right? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
Anyway, so the sage and the lavender used to be kind of near each other, the lavender was always pitiful. Like it just struggled for its life.
Mm-hmm.
But then we moved that, and now it's like taking off.
It's doing better. It's still not like some people's lavender gets crazy.
But also as it gets choked out.
We also moved some lavender, and they all died. All the ones by the grapevine.
Those ones I think got froze up though.
All dead. I thought I smelled them the other day. I was out there like, because I
There's
could.
lavender in bloom.
I know there's some over there, but over by the grapevine, because I was over there when I was cutting it. I was like, did I hit some actual lavender?
I think you did.
And then I was like, but I can't find it.
I don't think it was blooming. It was.
Yeah, but I was looking for the leaves. I always look for the leaves because they're pretty easy to see.
Not when it's mowed up.
I didn't mow that far in.
You don't have to do like a CSI cut and paste.
Hello, Danette. Thank you for
Howdy.
joining us. I guess, is Cheryl here? Susie said hi to Cheryl. I didn't see her pop up yet. Maybe the is watching with you popped up. Danette said, I make to-do lists. I do get to cross something out once in a blue moon. Haha, right? Norma said, for some crazy reason, I decided to pull 3 heavy bags of mulch from my trunk and spread it in the 88-degree late afternoon heat on the west side of the house. I don't know what I was thinking.
Did you get cooked?
Hopefully didn't get too cooked. Sometimes those things need to be done, but yeah, maybe
be careful though.
Not in the 88-degree heat.
I've noticed I'm not as young and spry as I used to.
No.
Used to could, and like I would be out in the sun all day, no problem, no sunscreen, and have no problems. Now, if I get out in the sun for like 10 minutes,
He ends up with sun poisoning.
I know. I feel
Nauseous.
tired.
Yeah. You got to be careful out there. Make sure you're hydrating. That's the big thing, right? Sunscreen, hydrating.
Yeah, dehydration is really y'all.
Yep.
And then it causes other problems.
Ask my heart, y'all.
I think that I messed up my back because I was dehydrated.
Could be.
Because I was thinking about this, and I was like, I hadn't really drunk a lot when we were moving stuff.
Nope.
And
I know I didn't. I was down to less than a bottle a day.
And I was like, why are my muscles hurt? My muscles. My connective tissue that's supposed to have a function hurt so much. And I think it's because I was dehydrated and that exacerbated.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started drinking more water and I started feeling like it helped.
Yeah.
I did have to go to the bathroom more, and when it was in the height of the pain time, then that was not the best.
No, that's the thing with drinking water. Like once you start, at first you have to go to the bathroom like all the time. But if you continue drinking that much water, your body adapts and you only go to the bathroom like kind of normally. That's what I found. But if you're constantly in a cycle of like not drinking a lot of water and then starting to try, I'm going to drink a lot of water, you're going to pee forever all the time. But like me, I drink like this much, maybe 2 of these a day, and I go to the bathroom maybe 2 or 3 times.
You know what I also realized is that it stores the water in my face.
It will do that.
So I look young because I look like a little happy dumpling. But I was like, I thought I was losing weight, and I was looking a little
At first, it'll like go to your gut and go to your face.
Mm-hmm.
and in here, and it makes you the jowls. But once your body gets used to it, it kind of starts to even out. And also, if you get enough sleep,
I don't.
That helps. It helps process everything.
But you know what? I realized 2 things. One thing is like I try to make myself sleep more. I didn't get as much stuff done. Number 1. Number 2. I felt really off.
I was gonna say you never felt rested.
Like I felt like I was like drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think this is napping. Like
some people
push myself to sleep.
Some people only need like 4 hours a day. It's rare, but maybe you're one of them.
My mom is like this.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep very much. We were talking about this the other day, and it was like, because my dad, when he died in their bedroom. And so she's a little bit where she's by
Freaked
a little
out.
bit like a lot superstitious.
Yeah.
So she doesn't sleep in there because she thinks that his ghost is in there. And so anyways, we're talking about how our sleep patterns, and she's like, yeah, I just kind of like, I stay up and I work, and because she does crochet, and so she's like, yeah, and then when I get tired, I go to sleep, and then I wake back up and go back to work. But I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I was like, that's like me.
Yeah.
Like the same.
Yep. Cheryl says, hi, y'all. I'm cat sitting for my friend and then walking Larry, so I'm just peeking in. Well, thank you for peeking in. Cat sitting, that's nice.
Is it nice, cat?
Hopefully it's a good catty. Good
You
cute
want to
cat.
see my treasures?
Marianne says, it's an accomplishment list. Actually, I rarely make lists of any kinds on paper. I like an accomplishment list. It makes me feel good. Oh, Andrew got new treasures. Hey, Sandra. Thanks for joining us.
So this one, okay. This one had been on pre-order for a long time. As soon as she announced it, I had that in my pre-order.
That was in the pre-order area. The new Silversmith by
Nicole Ringgold.
Nicole Ringgold.
One day I'd like to take a class with her because I think she's just so cool. Not just because she's cool, but because she does things differently. And so a lot of times...
pretty self-taught, right?
She says she is.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things is that about her is that a lot of times when you're in a thing like metalsmithing, there are people who say there's like a right way and a wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And
everybody telling you what's right and wrong.
And they'll shut you down. And they'll make you feel bad about it if you disagree. And I think what's refreshing about this is that she's doing something in her own way. And also, there's no waste. Like when I started following her, or before I started following her, I used to take all my scrap metal and send it off to a refinery. Now I use everything. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of unusual.
Susie had to water her veggie garden tonight. Sandra says it's been pouring there for days.
Oh boy.
Suzanne's waiting for the tropical storm next week. Has it moved to next week? I think, didn't you say it was going to be this weekend? Maybe I'm wrong. Has it been moving? Keeping lavender alive here is very hard, says Marianne. Let's see. Marianne says, I have experienced sun allergies, had to keep the light away from my skin. That's terrible. Of course, I'm kind of have to, but at least I can do sunscreen.
And this one's not open yet because this is a new. So this one, if you don't know who Bob Ebbendorf or Robert Ebbendorf is, he's one of like the pioneers of using found objects in art jewelry, and he taught at ECU and taught dozens and dozens, hundreds probably of people. And they during, I would say like the early 90s, maybe early 2000s. He inspired a lot of people, and so that was like real popular. And so he just had an exhibit of his work, which we didn't get to go to, but I'd like to take a class with him before he dies because the time is near.
Marianne said, Thomas Edison supposedly only slept 4 hours a day. No one true way in so many things. Hello, Susan. The storm this weekend is going to Texas, says Suzanne. And it's a sweet elder kitty named Charlie. Super friendly.
That's sweet.
It's cute.
And then
what else you get? What is this one? I didn't even see this.
This is like that Dover kind of book.
Oh yeah, these bring back childhood memories.
So I like these. I love these books. They're great, kind of like visual references. And so this is, I don't know why I don't have this already. I should have 2 copies of this. I have 2 copies of the other ones. I got 2 copies of the animal book and 2 copies of the plant book. but only one of that.
So this is the other one.
So I'm excited to crack that open and see it.
Susan's asking us to hold them up again. If you're going to go buy them, let us give you an affiliate link.
Correct.
Don't buy them without the affiliate link.
Yeah, anything really. You want to go shop on Amazon?
We'll
Let
give you
us
a
know.
link.
And you don't actually have to buy anything from us. You just have to like click the
link before you buy anything on Amazon,
and we get credit.
We get a credit. That's another way you can freely kind of help us.
Yeah, if you use Amazon, then I know some people don't use it. I didn't get this from Amazon. I got this from somewhere else.
Yeah. So we see. Let's see. Harry has joined us today. Susan joined in. Susie says, I have a Russian sage in abundance if you would like any.
Who said that?
Susie. Neighbor.
Across the street? Is that the one that gives you, makes you have problems?
Makes me have problems?
No, there's one, maybe it's clary sage and it induces vomiting.
Oh.
So you have to be careful.
I don't think Russian sage does.
Because somebody's like, oh, I saged the house. And then they're like, I got violently ill. And then...
Post the Amazon link, please, says Suzanne. Can you make a link? You can go over to that computer and grab one. I don't know if we have that. I was going to put it one day on our links page.
Where is she? In Facebook?
Yeah. You could also go to one of our videos that Jen did on YouTube, and you can just click on something from the description of those videos that takes you to Amazon.
I ate the last of our Amish cookies last night.
What?
I was so hungry last night. I stayed up till 10 or 11 o'clock.
Marion says Russian sage is primarily an ornamental. Denise says, I'm going to be placing an order with Amazon soon. How do I go about getting you credit? Before you place an order, click on any of the links in any of Jen's videos that take you to Amazon. And just by clicking that link and then placing your order, we get partial credit for it. It doesn't matter if you buy the thing that we link you to or not. They give you credit. They give us credit for you just starting an order at Amazon. So that's the easy way to do it. You can always find a video from Jen's tutorials down in the description. In the description of Jen's tutorials, there are tool listings where you can buy the tools on Amazon. There are affiliate links. Click on any single one of those before you ever order anything on Amazon, and we get a little bit of kickback. That goes for anything. You don't have to be buying anything from us, anything that we recommend. Just by clicking on those links, we get partial money for that sale. So Susie says, I make a lot of orders from Amazon. Can I help you? Yes. Go to one of Jen's tutorials and click on one of those links before you ever shop. And then go in, put stuff in your cart in Amazon, and check out. And we get a little kickback. Everybody, if every one of our people who followed us click that link before they shop on Amazon every time, we'd be making a little bit of money.
That's how they do. That's how the rich people on YouTube do.
Yeah. Those rich people on YouTube, like all those tech people, they're like, oh, go here and buy this little case for your phone. And then while you're buying that case for your phone, you decide to buy that big screen TV that day too. And then they get credit for the big screen TV too. So that's how that works. Andrew just put a link in there. That should be an Amazon link for you. If you're not on Facebook, I just posted it there so you can see it. Oh, he's posting multiples, I guess, for different books, probably. There's another one. But really, just go to one of Jen's tutorials and click on that before you start any Amazon order, and you'll help us out. It's crazy, right? It's free money. It's free money for us. It doesn't cost you anything else. You don't get charged anything more for your products, and we get part of that sale. It's a tiny, tiny fraction, but if everyone did it before every Amazon order, it would really help us out. So may as well, right? May as well. If you're giving money to Amazon anyway, give us some money too.
You've got enough.
He's got enough. But if you're going to shop there, click our links. So this small business gets part of that little sale. Make him give us a little bit of it.
I know. Come on, Bezo.
I know. He can give us a little. He can spare a dime.
You don't need to be a space cowboy.
It's not
every
even
day.
like a dime, but
sometimes
it's a
what
dime.
you buy.
Yeah, you buy a big screen TV, we might get a dime.
You can buy houses on Amazon. Did you know that?
They're often out of stock, but you can buy them.
They're like prefab, I guess.
Suzanne says some things I can only find on Amazon. Yeah, we use it. We use it.
Have to.
Yeah, we have to use it. Not for gemstones and stuff, but we use it for office supplies and studio supplies, things that are weird.
That we can't get locally, or
you'd have to go to like the country of origin to get them otherwise. There have been things that Andrew's been finding, like Japanese things. Like my Japanese is not good enough to navigate a website and make a purchase and have shipping done. So
then there's stuff that's like real random.
Yeah.
Like dried lily root powder. There's only one place you can buy that in enameling. But you can get it on Amazon, but they sell it for food.
Yeah.
Not for
the working time.
So there you go.
Yeah. So anytime you're making an Amazon purchase, everybody, you heard it here. Go to one of our tutorials from Jen, Saturday morning tutorial playlist. Just go to the description of the video and click one of those Amazon links, and we will get credit, a little partial credit for your purchase. And
I think I get more credit on mine now because I negotiated a contract a long time ago and I got grandfathered in.
Yeah, maybe.
So I used to get, actually, when I had a blog, I'd get like, enough to buy a bag of groceries. Nowadays, I don't know about that. Maybe like a Sprite.
Yeah, and we don't make a lot of sales from that, from our Saturday morning tutorials, because it's mainly the same things over and over. If you've already got them, you've got them. Wire and all the tools that Jen uses. Once you've got them, you've got them. But that's a great way to help us out. It's for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Huh?
There's lots of ways of doing that.
Yeah. It's tied to my Amazon account, or else I would be jumping in and buying us stuff every time I use Amazon.
I have an account.
He says, I have an account. Can an affiliate make money for another affiliate? I don't know.
I think you can.
He says, I think you can.
There's a will, there's a way.
Right.
There's this thing. Sometimes I'm on Instagram, and there's people who they're like money coaches, and they're like, oh, well, if you have like $100, then you can just open an account and then pay your child with this account, and then you can depreciate it and do this, and then that $100 is actually worth $10,000. And it's like, is this how rich people do?
It's how rich people do.
You just move the money around?
I was listening to this podcast while I was mowing the other day, and there was this guy, he wrote a book, I think, called The Money Machine. And he was helping this 18-year-old kid. He just got, out of school, got his first job. And he's like, what's the first thing I should do? And he says, you should start a Roth IRA. And he said, okay, I started one. And how much money should I put in? And the guy started telling, he's like, well, how much do you make? He's like, well, I already funded the first year and next year, which is like $14,000 combined.
There's a cap.
There's a $7,000 cap, I think, a year. And he was partway into the year. So it's like $6,500 and $7,000. And he said from that, if he just never touched it, he could retire a millionaire. Just that $14,000 at age 18. And I'm like, what was I doing with my money at 18? I was not.
I didn't have any money, hardly, but I know that when I was in my 20s, I went and had, like when I was working as a server, this was the danger thing. As when I was working in the restaurant and I was a server, when you leave, you have wads of cash.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that changed my life, because I was always broke, but I always had all this money. And I was like, how am I always broke when I have all this money? And it's because I would go out after and hang out and stuff, and then you just don't even keep track of it. So the thing that changed my life when I was younger, and had a little bit of stability is as soon as I got out of my shift, I would go to the bank teller, and at that point you could, it counted it. Like you could just put like a random amount of money in there, and it would just count all the money. Because when I first moved there, I had my bank was like this really weird bank that I had to go like Midtown, and I had to put like a deposit slip and do all that stuff. So that's why I didn't do it, because it's kind of inconvenient. But then I switched to a bank. It's no longer around. WAMU, remember them? Washington Mutual. Anyway, so I moved to that bank, and it was right next door to where I work. And so I'd go over, and then I would like, I'm gonna take $20 out tonight, and then that helped me.
It helped me the opposite way. I take the cash out. When I run out of cash, no more, because the card's too easy to sign for.
That sometimes at the shows people do that. But you know what? If there's a will, there's a way. Get real creative.
Get real creative. Marianne says, "Oh yes, the magic of compound interest, right?"
Yeah, in the good way.
Right.
The
Lennis,
compound interest
hello,
in the
Lennis.
bad way is not
No.
a friend.
Lennis says, "You're allowed to get $10,000 a year as a gift tax-free as long as you claim it. So rich people just give their kids money, also buy their kids whatever as gifts, right?" Yeah, and then they can also employ their kids. So they pay them, so the salary keeps in the family, and they write off the employee on their taxes.
And they have a trust.
Well,
I was like, what is this thing called the family trust that has to...
Hey, Charlie. Thanks for joining us.
Employees for the family trust. You don't actually have to do anything. You just have to be on the paperwork.
Yep.
And then I was researching this thing called the holding company. And basically, this is like a shell company that just like name only. They don't do any of the business, but they hold all the money. I was like, oh my gosh, is this how the rich people do? I need to get about $10, and then I'll start doing it too.
Right.
But
$10.
No, I think it's more than 10. But
Susan's trying to limit her purchases through the big A. I just don't think trillionaires need more money. Don't want to give one company so much control.
That's understandable. One of my friends, she will not shop with Amazon at all.
Yep. I get it.
But she also runs out of stuff and then asks me for stuff. And I was like, you know where that came from, right?
It's okay as long as it's coming from you now.
She was like, I'm just not going to think about that right now.
Charlie said, I wish I could drink a liter of cranberry juice one-handed. Yeah, this is my juice bottle. This is partial cranberry juice and mostly it's water up to here. I fill it with water up to about this, up to the edge here, and then fill it with juice.
The first time I took a swig of it, I got surprised because I thought it was going to be juice. Super
strong. Yeah. And I can't actually drink straight juice anymore because
it's very sweet.
It's super sweet. Super sweet. So I do this, and it's only this, it's like this much juice.
And then it makes a wine.
It's like a third juice.
You make your own wine.
Yeah, sometimes I forget them here, and they start doing things.
Like every once in a while, you hear like this thing go floop.
I was gonna remind him to bring that home, but then I knew he probably wasn't gonna be home until it was bad anyway.
Floop, and it's because of expanding, and then it pops out.
Puffs out. Lena says we could start a church, get a Subway franchise, build alts on our church land for our friends, or build apartments on our church land for our friends. Right?
Sounds great.
Start
Praise
that
be.
commune, right? Start that commune.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You know what? That's the other thing. I saw this thing where they started this cult and they got that non-profit and they have to pay taxes, but they sell them stuff. And I was like, how'd they do that?
Yeah, they do. Cinnamon came and bumped the phone saying hello to Barnaby. Barnaby was being a butthead today. I don't know what's gotten into him lately. I don't know if it's this summer heat starting. What's going on? The girls are making him crazy. But he has been naughty. Very, very naughty lately. He wants to do what he wants to do, whether we allow it or not. So he got a little bit of a yelling at today. And then he gives me this.
He's super sweet.
Yeah, he's normally super sweet, doesn't cause much of a fuss. Like, he'll ask to go out and go down, but he went out today. We still went out. He would not, incessantly kept asking to go out. And then he actually, I had a plastic bag that one of the kittens pulled under a dresser, but where our laser sits. And I pulled that out because they also found some beads and stuff that I was pulling out. And he came over and he peed on the plastic bag right on the floor.
Hateful.
Being hateful. I said, what are you doing? I know, that's another thing. I'm like, now I'm concerned, like, do we have to take him to the vet? Because he's doing things, but I think he's just being hateful.
I think it's a behavioral thing. Because I think once the babies get their surgeries, then...
Hoping all the pheromones calm down in the house.
Also, we need to check and see if our pheromone thing...
I've replaced them already.
Today?
No, like 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
Maybe he's getting too much pheromone.
I know.
Supposedly that's supposed to calm you down, but...
Lena says, knock on wood, the 6th bin stopped the pee wars.
What is it?
6 bins stop the pee wars. The 6th bin. I think it means kitty litter bin, right? Kitty litter thing? You got 6 kitty litter things?
How many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have 6, including the one in the basement.
6.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't put him in the basement by himself anymore because he's not trustworthy.
No.
He peed on the new laundry.
He peed on some laundry.
He never did that.
No.
Gilbert
used to
get emotional.
Yeah, and he had medicine for his emotions sometimes. But Barnaby never peed anywhere till we got the girls. And then we were letting him go down to the basement by himself because he goes down there and rests sometimes. And I found a place that he's been peeing on some laundry. Not good. Yep, he has a litter box down there.
For himself.
All by himself. He's the only one that uses it. So he's been a little bit difficult lately.
Yeah, he's been real stubborn about stuff.
Yeah.
Like he wants his way.
He's openly being defiant.
Like he wants what he wants, and then there's no way around it.
I know. So he's being a little naughty. Charlie says, I can't drink straight juice or soda anymore either. I add water or sparkling water. Yeah. Can't do it. Hello, Angela says, missed you earlier. We've been here. We've been here. Glad you can join us here now, though.
We shared some books that I got.
Yes, we did. Susan says, Amazon exerts power over publishers by refusing to let readers purchase certain books on its website. Yes, they do. Yeah, he also owns some newspapers, right? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So does anyone else. Everyone else, all the rich people own some newspapers or some broadcast companies.
We own one.
Right here, you're watching it.
Welcome today. The Hour of Power.
The Hour of Power. Suzanne says, Cinnamon says those are unfounded allegations.
Yeah, we saw it with our eyes.
I know.
And smelled it and cleaned it.
Yep.
So.
Susan says, oh no, hate the P wars.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, thank you.
Linus, you still want to come over?
Yeah. At least he peed on the linoleum. Well, no, he didn't. He peed on the rug
Great.
that's on the linoleum. So I had to scrub that too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey, it's going to happen with cats, right? They're babies.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Well, I think also, like, he gets so jealous now. And when
He does.
When the kittens first came, he didn't, like, care. He actually would, like, let them out of the room.
Yeah, he'd try and get them out of the room.
He'd go into the room and play with them and stuff. And now, Idabelle is, like, in this, like, thing where she's going to take over White Daddy. And he does not approve of this.
Yeah, he thinks she's going to take his spot. And he is very upset about it.
It's not good.
He's got himself worked up. He's coughing more.
And sometimes I think he does that on purpose to get his way.
Oh, yeah. He coughs at the door. He coughs and coughs. As soon as you let him out the door, the coughing stops. So but I think it's a mental thing. I think he gets himself so worked up that he ends up coughing. And then once he goes and gets his way outside, he's better again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those cats. I didn't realize y'all gonna be like this.
Little players.
I thought we would have. Well, I used to have this one cat that he'd pretend like his paw would hurt for attention, and then he'd forget which paw it was, and then
start limping on the other paw. All right. Willow and Chance Studios has joined us on Instagram. Thank you so much.
They say cats are smart, or they're not like the animals are like just animals or whatever. But I don't know.
No, they're smart. They know what they're doing.
What thing that doesn't have any kind of intelligence is going to be a player?
I know, right? So today for y'all, we've got individual gemstones. We know y'all like that. We've been doing some strands lately, and some of them have been a little higher price. Some of them have been really good price. They're all really good prices. But we figured we'd drop it down a note and go to some lesser expensive individual gemstones. Now, these ones today, some of these are particularly nice. These are some high-end strands that we've taken apart, and we are selling individual stones. So some of these are still a little bit on the expensive side. Not a lot, but they're a very good price for what they are. But these are you got some nice stuff tonight. Nice stuff tonight, and I hope you like it.
I'm going to jump on, and then William's going to add some more.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I thought they didn't like you, Andrew.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll test this theory.
Charlie says,
you'll buy stuff.
Charlie says, my cat was trying to be sneaky, but ran full speed into the wall instead of out the door. He's fine. That's good. Barnaby today, he knows he's not allowed to go down anymore. And just as I was coming up and we were getting ready to go, he forced his way down. Like I tried to close my legs and he pushed his way through. And he knew he was in trouble, though.
Because he's being a little brat.
He knew what he did. I said, are you testing me today? Is this what you...
He's like, yeah.
He's like, is this what this is?
Yeah.
So he got in trouble for that.
He likes it. You know, it's like Tallulah. She is the sweetest cat. But when she wants attention, she does wrong. And she knows what she's doing, too.
Yeah.
Like, because she'll start stealing my paintbrushes when she wants attention.
Instead of just jumping up and asking for attention.
It's so weird. I was like, is this like with, like, kids when they, like, start, like, doing stuff?
I know. Charlie says they're furry toddlers.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm like, you're too old. You're 8.
All right, let me flip this camera around. Andrew, you going to come over here and do this?
Yeah, I'm going to show them some things I worked on.
Okay, we got 18 people watching. We'll see what happens.
If the numbers drop, that means you hate me. If the numbers rise,
then William never has to do this himself again.
No, wrong again.
Wrong again.
So,
What'd I leave off? Oh,
who's
right.
ready for some generational trauma? All right. So yesterday, I don't know if you all remember, but it's the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, and so I wanted to make a piece about that, and so I'm going to turn this one into one of my brooches. And I didn't know any of these people personally, so it's one of those things where I kind of had mixed feelings about doing this because I didn't want people to think that I was like doing it for like attention or whatever. But the thing is that when you are like that, and the thing is, when this happened, it was Pride, and we were at Beat and Button, and we had went out the night before, and we were celebrating Pride with a bunch of our bead friends, and uh, it could have been easily, it could have been us. It's one of those things where you the circumstances were similar enough that it could have been us. And I don't like to think about that, but that happens so often that it makes you it makes you think about things. And so now I'm a little bit more vigilant about things, and I do a little bit more safety precautions because of it. And I know that has affected my life in ways, and it's something that I think about sometimes. And um, so I wanted to make a piece that kind of addressed that. So this is one of my enamel pieces. This is with a mica lusters and a rainbow. And I laser engraved all of the victims' names on this piece. And I'm on the fence about how I'm gonna set this. Because a lot of times I do like prong settings and stuff, and the prongs kind of give it kind of almost a little bit of a sinister feel sometimes, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. Um, Suzanne says, yes, remember the Pulse tragedy. And then there's some talk about AI. And Susan says, stunning work, Andrew. Thank you. So that's one of the pieces that I worked on last night. And their names, the way I engraved, it kind of, it made it a little bit fuzzy. And I kind of like that a little bit more in the sense that, um, it's there, and there's a specific reason why their names are there, but it's not it becomes like almost like a visual element as opposed to like, like you don't have to necessarily be able to read that to kind of still enjoy it from afar. So there's that. Um, Charlie says that's a beautiful piece, all the meaning behind it with the names. Thanks. And then the other thing is that I'm going to be in a Pride show. It's a small community event. I think it's this Saturday. 15. What's 15?
Yep.
Is today Bridgerton Day? If it's Bridgerton Day, then I'm not going to stay and work tonight. Anyway, I was like, oh, I'm going to stay and work tonight. But if it's Bridgerton Day, I've been waiting. I've been watching them interview so hard. Anyways, so
Here to there.
there,
About
there's a wow, I'm ready for it. Anyway, so there's I'm in a show. It's called Life in Lavender. And if you don't know, all of the colors on the pride flag, the original pride flag, have kind of meanings to them. And so Anyway, so this show's about all this lavender themed artwork that is, I believe, mostly it's LGBTQIA plus. But I don't know. I think it was open to everybody. But anyways, so um, I realized because I wanted to wear a brooch, one of my brooches, to the opening, and what I realized is that I don't have any. I'm in so many shows right now, and all of the pieces are committed. Some of them for like months. Like there's pieces in Baltimore. There's pieces at a show that's opening at Seton Hill. So I literally don't have any of my self-portrait brooches. So I decided to make one. Um, and Lena says, that's great, Andrew. I went to the Pulse mural at UCF the last time I was in Florida. And Susan says, that brooch is with the gemstones is stunning. Thank you. So it's called, the show that I'm in is called Life in Lavender. So I decided to make one that was, well, originally I was going to make a Memento Mori one for my dad. Because I've been kind of thinking about him. Father's Day is coming up. I mean, we didn't have the necessarily the best relationship, but you know, you still think about things sometimes. At least for me, I do. And so I was gonna make a Memento Mori piece, and I started one, but I just can't finish it. That one, so I may just cut that one up. I don't know. I mean, I did spend several hundred hours on it already, so I don't know about that. But who knows? When it happens, it happens. It's one of those projects that's currently collecting dust. But I was going to make one that was like a tribute brooch or a memento mori brooch. And I decided to do one like this, a little bit more joyful, a little bit more hopeful. It's not all doom and gloom up in here. And so this one has blue chalcedony, but I picked this one because it was particularly lavender. I love this, and it almost looks like clouds, like on my head's in the clouds. And then this is mother of pearl, but the way that when it shines, it kind of has a kind of a lavendery glow to it. This one, there, I think this one's a fluorite. I have one that's a fluorite, and I have one that's an amethyst. And I think this is the fluorite, and this is the amethyst. So they look almost identical. I was like, which one's which? And then I was like, I can't tell anymore. All right, so this is the fluorite. This is a pink tourmaline. Before I set it, it looked more purple, and then I set it, and it kind of went more pink. This is some vintage glass. I may clean this up a little bit and run kind of a burr around the edge to just polish that up. Um, Marianne says, keep the memento mori for a while. It just may be too soon to complete it. Also, it takes a long time, and I just don't have any time now. Like, I'm making these individual little beaded flowers, and each one of those takes, like, if I'm fully focused and concentrated, it takes like 20 to 30 minutes per flower, and there are thousands of flowers. So, you know, I don't necessarily have that kind of time right now. And so, and anyways, when I kind of work on it, I start thinking about things, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but whatever. Anyway, so then I have this amethyst here, and then this is some more vintage glass. This is another vintage glass. This is a faux Druzy, but it's got that kind of AB finish on it. And then I have another piece of glass. You know it, Lennis. I'm going to reveal this. So it's on enamel, and um, so when I'm working on these pieces, a lot of the not issues, but some of the things that you kind of have to deal with is how you're going to get this to stick. Normally, if I am doing something, I will solder everything down and then I will, and I made all the bezels and stuff. So, except for, I think that's a prefab bezel, and that's all the ones with little serrated teeth, like this one, that's a prefab. But this one's, I made this bezel, I made this bezel, I made this bezel, I made this bezel. I don't think I made this one. Anyway, so some of the things that when I'm doing these, it's kind of an engineering challenge in the sense of how are you going to make it work? Like I have a vision in my head and how am I going to make it work? So this is enamel, and the enamel that I'm always experimenting, and I should have documented this more, y'all. I need somebody to follow me around and just like document my life because I'm like, how did I do that? And then I messed around with some chemicals last night, and I'm sure they ate up some of my brain energy. But anyway, so it got this really cool iridescent, like metallic, almost like a gunmetal. And then in some lights, you can see it's more lavender. And then in some lights, it's more black. So, anyways, so here's the reveal. And it shows you how I did it. So this is the back. And I probably should have enameled this nicer on the back. But at this point last night, I was like, I'm ready to go to bed now. But I'm so close to being finished, which I wasn't actually that close at that point. So there's my little signature thing. And then I did rivets. So it's all cold connection. So what I did is I drilled the holes and then I enameled the piece and then I added the rivets. And this one is actually sneaky because there's 2 rivets, but one of the rivets is hidden. So I put the one rivet in and then I put the one rivet in on top so it hides it. Because I didn't want to drill a hole in the middle of my name plate. And so then this can be worn as a pendant or as a pin. So there's that. Alright, so that's what I did last night. And then I prepped a bunch of stuff for the series I was showing you all last night. So I was going to work on that more tonight, but if it's Bridgerton night, then maybe not. I might be able to stream it, and I'll watch it from here. This says, how do you get them so close without breaking the glass? Enamel is surprisingly sturdy. You know, it's so funny because there's like pieces I've made of enamel and I spent all this time and I look at funny and it breaks. But then there's other enamel, when it's cooked on good. I mean, you hammer that business, no problem. Like one, I made this piece called Moving Target, and I purposely broke it with a hammer. And the first couple times I hit it, nothing happened. And I was like, what the heck? I thought this was a thin layer of glass. Nope, it's been bonded to the surface. So I had to really whack the heck out of it. And also, you just have to hit only the metal. And some of them, they're not as tight as they could be. I realize that. Some of them are a little bit looser. Like this one's a little bit loose, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to say that that's a kinetic part. All right. Susan says, I love the color palette. Thank you. Whoop. Marian says, awesome piece. Thank you. Susan says, I like that this piece can be a brooch or a pendant. Yeah, I started doing that more. These are actually prefab. I got this book on how to do pin backs, and eventually I'll get there. But it's kind of a finicky thing, and you can, like, I don't want to spend like not that I spent hundreds of hours on these, but I spent a lot of time, on this. But I don't want to spend all this time and then my pin back fails. And then I'm like, well, great. So, because once that's done, then you gotta have to get real creative of how you gonna fix that. So, like I hid the rivets inside of this. So I don't know if you can see it. Some of them you can see, like you can see the rivet in this one. I didn't disguise this one. So you see that little bit of gold? I didn't disguise it because I liked it, but sometimes I'll put stuff in there and then it's like a trick. Not really, but kind of. Anyways, there you go. Anyways, these are the brooches. I'm still working on this one, but I'll have more details on the Patreon, of course. Star Cottage Studio Patreon. And then y'all get to see more of the behind the scenes stuff of how I made those. All right. All right. So who's ready for some gemstones now that I brought the vibe down? Who's ready? They're like, where's William? I only want to watch William.
How are your numbers?
They dropped. Of course. They're like, I hate Andrew. Ugh. Charlie says the color combination is gorgeous. I love hearing about the process. Thanks. Charlie says I used to go to Club Q, the other club where that happened. It was after I moved away, but my friends and I used to go in college. Oh my! That's when that happened. I made that piece, Moving Target, and that one was one of those things that like was real emotional. Like I was like bawling my eyes out while I was setting that piece. But anyways, so if you like that color, oh, my friend Andrea is watching. Hey, Andrea. This is T1. These were $2.50 each, and now they're $2 each, and there's 13 of these available. I love these. If these don't sell, I'm going to keep all of them. I'm not going to feel guilty, not one bit. And you know it's true, because I just showed you a piece where I use this sister friend. This is Blue Chalcedony. Like, look at that one. That's like a little cloud friends up in there. Little spirit friends up in there. But this is some nice, beautiful. This is not dyed. This is the for real color. And some of them, like this one, you can see it's got a little dent in it, and that's from where the stone has these natural kind of indents. I mean, they're like Deruzi pockets, basically. And then when they shape them, they just leave them. So sometimes you'll have a little bit of Deruzi in there. But look at that one. You can see some of that, like, orbicular patterning in there. Look at that. I'm ready. And then on the other side, it's got that them little chips, little chiclets. But that's what I'm talking about. That's how the stone comes. Look at that color, y'all. I'm into it. So, also, I should tell y'all about how to claim this business in case you're new. So, Charlie says those are glowing. I concur. I'm, uh, yes. So, to get these, there's a. Let me put that banner down. Here we go. Here we go. Where is it? To purchase from this video, take down each lot number and send it to us in email at info@allegorygallery.com. Yesterday, we got some people, their emails got bounced back. They put in at allegorygallery.com. That's not it. It's info, fo, F-O, not P-H-O. So info@allegorygallery.com. It's right up here. See that? This one email address. And this is the lot number. You only need to put that down in the subject line. So, and then if you want more than one, then you just let us know. You say ×2, ×3, however. But I love these. These are the blue Blue Chalcedony. Very Chalcedony. I love Chalcedony. It's got that kind of milky translucence to it. It's like a cloud, y'all. Look, it's like you just going to sing with angels. Here you go. And then I've been scrubbing metal, so if you see my nails, don't get too far. And he's like, "Oh my gosh!" I try to take care of them, but you know, when you be, I part of doing metalsmithing, I feel like I'm washing dishes like for hours because you're just cleaning metal forever. Anyways, so do y'all like this? Before everybody stops watching, look at that. I love this one. I'm gonna keep that. So we'll randomly select it. If you are like real particular about wanting one of these, like a special one, I guess you could take a screenshot and we'll do our best. But like this one's a good one. Drilled, of course. This one, Marianne said, drilled or not drilled, they drilled. Look, see here? It's got a hole. Long way. Long way, y'all. Long way. All right, let's move on. I see a couple claims. Oh, good. Thank you. I see half of them are claimed. Thanks. Wow. Is this what it's like to have the computer? You get to know instead of wonder. All right, moving on. Who's ready? Moving on. But again, I'm going to just say that William's numbers are higher than mine. All right, get ready, y'all. This one kind of hurt a little bit. All right. T2 was $3.50 each for the next 24 hours. $3.
Yeah, remember, these prices only good for 24 hours, and the extension that we had is expired.
Oh. Okay.
Why? You're doing great.
No,
William.
William, that's not a lot.
You're
That's like
lots.
4 people.
Yeah, but you sold over half of them already.
Go ahead, do it. They like you better. Look at the numbers jump.
The numbers jump.
It was. Yeah, I done. Like, you remember that shooting that was really terrible?
Okay, let's first. He always likes to push the light away. Look at these.
They're ametrine.
These are ametrine. So the places that look kind of clear in the camera are actually yellow, and they are very yellow in person. You can see that. If
you didn't know, amethyst, citrine, and citrine are both quartz, but they have different things that make the different colors. So, ametrine is when amethyst and citrine grow side by side, best friends forever, and then it's in one stone.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a strand of ametrine and it's citrine and amethyst.
Yeah, it's just a mix of two stones.
It's not.
These are really, really half and half.
Yeah, and we picked out any ones that weren't.
Yeah, they all are going to have a little bit at least of purple and a little bit of yellow. Some have more of one than the other.
These are particularly nice too.
But we picked the ones out that do not have both colors in them.
Yeah.
So these all have a little bit of both colors.
Now these ones are simple cut, faceted. And the reason why they're like this, they're all different kinds of wonkadoodle shape, is because when you, the stone quality is so good that they did not want to lose any material.
And this is more rare.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing is like, if you have like jasper, for example, if you lose some of the jasper, then
ain't nobody caring about that.
I mean, it depends what kind of jasper, but like if it's just like regular Red Creek jasper, then they're gonna be like, all right, well, like one of my friends, when we started buying for the store, she took me around and she she was on a different level, y'all. She's a manufacturer level, and so I went around. We went to this place called Electric Park. It's not called that anymore in Tucson, and she'd buy rough, and she'd buy boulders. No joke, boulders. And part of her family lived in China, and so she would send the boulders over to China and have them cut. And so she could look at a stone and tell you exactly how many beads it would make and how much loss there would be. And she could calculate almost down to the penny in her head about how many beads it would be and how much they would cost her to make and how much she could make off of those beads. So that was like next level. I felt like I was with like like some kind of like, I don't want to say Rain Man because that kind of has a bad connotation, but she could do those figures in her head and can look at a stone and tell you exactly how many beads it would make. She also yelled at me so hard because William had holes in his pants a show, and she goes, Andrew, you're disgracing yourself. And I'm like, my name is Andrew. That is William.
All right, everyone. These are $3 each. T2. They are $3.50 really. If they go into the store, they'll probably be $3.50 or $4 each. We're giving them to you for 24 hours for $3 each. There are only 11 available.
It's got a little rainbow in it.
I know.
But anyway, so then she yelled at me, and I was like, he is a grown adult. I don't dress him. He dresses himself. And she was like, well, he is not reflecting well on you. And I was like, he's a grown adult. If he wants to wear the pants that have the hole in the knees, I have no control over them. That's the style he likes. I let him.
Yep.
That's before I knew about let them.
This is T3, everybody. T3, $5 each, down to $4 each. And this is some of the most beautiful charwhite you're ever going to see.
Again, normally when you see charwhite, it don't have all that kind of the pattern.
Now, these are smaller ones. We have bigger ones coming up. So if you're like, I would like that, but bigger, stay tuned.
Normally, you see like nowadays, you see it's mostly black, and then there's a couple spots of purple.
Little hint of purple.
And they're like, oh my gosh, this is premium grade.
Yeah.
Charwhite.
No, this is premium grade.
Who premium?
This is premium grade.
That's mostly
T3
purple.
was $5 a stone. Now $4 a stone for you all. They are drilled, center drilled.
And they're all wonkadoodle shaped, so
yeah, you're going to get one of those. If you really have a pick, you can take a screenshot and send it to us and let us know, but we are going to pick for you in general. And that's the case with a lot of these. Some of these are just various shapes, so we'll pick for you unless you specify. This is T3. T3.
Who else is going to do that for you? Is anybody else going to personal shop for you?
Right.
I don't know anybody that does that. That lets you choose your own adventure out of the whole thing.
Right.
Anyway.
And we'll break down their strands to sell them to you a bead at a time. Most big companies, it doesn't make sense for them to do that because they just turn over the gemstone strands over and over and over. But we're small and we like to make you happy, so
I think small but mighty, right?
Yep. Now, here are the bigger ones.
Those she be but small, she is fierce.
Right.
I'm not a she, but
have you seen charwhite like this lately?
It don't even look real.
I know.
It looked like the vintage plastic that they make to look like that.
I know.
But it's not.
This
is the real. This is what they looked at.
So these are T4. They were $7, going down to $6 a bead. And like I said, I know some of these are a little bit more expensive, but these are the nice. These are the nice stones.
That's the kind you're not going to see just anywhere.
No, we took these vintage strands, we cut them down for you, sacrifice the strand. What'd you say?
You're not going to see that at Michael's.
No, you're not going to see this at Michael's.
If you do see it, then I'd be suspicious.
Right.
You're like, huh?
Sandra said those are lovely. She knows.
It's not dyed either.
No, this is not dyed. This is real out of the ground tumbled charoite.
Can you believe it that there's stuff in the ground that looks like that?
I cannot.
I think we're so lucky. Like sometimes when I see the stones, I get just like almost like high off of just seeing them, because I feel so lucky that of the millions of years that it took to make these stones in the earth, then we get to be a part of that.
We get to hold them.
And see them. I don't actually can't afford some of my own stuff, but I still enjoy it.
Right. T4, $6 each. Sandra loves them. These are good. Scoop those up. Those will make beautiful pendants. Like, put that on a pendant, right? So make this into a pendant. Who else is going to have that pendant?
Nobody.
Nobody.
You know, we keep talking about it, about how we need to do a finished line. Like, I make some finished stuff, but...
We just need to start putting things on chain. And
I know, but make it bougie.
Yeah,
like
bougie chain.
No. It'd be called like, you have like real high end, like, photography and stuff that's like real like fashion model, and we'll call it like Ashbury Lane or something, and then have some fancy people.
Some fancy people. This is dragon scale dragon scale agate. I wrote it on the back because I was like, which scale is it? Dragon scale agate. Yeah, make a bougie line, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. And I won't say that it's us. We'll say that it's like, because we actually talked to somebody about this weekend. Was it? Were you there when I was talking about this?
I don't know.
About how sometimes people don't like us because we're gay.
That's a thing.
And so, anyway, so we were talking about how some, like, we work really hard, and sometimes we don't get like the same kind of recognition as other people in the industry. Like I remember there was this thing where they were talking about these people who had like innovated the industry. And while I was super happy for some of them I taught them how to do things, and it was like, it's so weird how oftentimes the people won't acknowledge us because sometimes we're kind of hot button. Like, who else is talking about Pulse on their live stream?
Right.
And I know that that's risky. And I know that our numbers dropped when I started talking about that. So it's one of those things where, like, our people are our people. And I think y'all are a part of the AGB fam, and y'all are loyal, and you're with us. But at the same time, like, that's not for, like, not everybody's like that. Sometimes, like, like, one of my friends, I realized I wasn't friends with her, and she told me specifically, she said, I just can't deal with everything that you post, so I snooze you, and I must have accidentally unfriended you. And I was like, okay.
So these are, and let me get you a size on these, everybody. T5. Whoops. We got to zero this. I know our numbers went down some more. These are 27 millimeters by about 6.5 millimeters. They're $2.50 each only, and they are dragon scale agate. And some of it, boy, you look at those. If you told me that was like a snake skin that was preserved, I would believe you.
It's not.
It looks like a resin poured over snake skin. Which I don't know if that's a great thing to say to sell it, but I know. But you can't look at this and not see that.
It has a beautiful pattern.
It is. It's lovely, but it looks just like. Now some of the later ones are not. Susan says that is so unfair. With friends like that, enemies aren't needed.
You know, at least they're honest. I'd rather somebody be honest with me than lie to my face.
Right. So that's T5, everyone. T6 coming up. Oh. Oh. Peruvian opal.
Oh my. Let me tell y'all.
Let me tell you first, before Andrew gets into it. These were $9 each. They are now $6 each for you all. There are 26 available. We took apart the strand.
I kept some for myself. That's why the price is lower for y'all. These are amazing. Amazing. These ones, let me tell you, this is like a fantasy.
And these are, just so you can see, top drilled.
The holes are a little bit small, just so you know.
They're drilled through the top.
So you do have to be mindful of that. But look at how gemmy these pieces are. This Peruvian opal, y'all. Look at that. It's so gemmy goodness. Don't that look like one of them fruit jellies?
These are beautiful.
Don't that look like a fruit jelly? Or you don't know?
I love it. Look at these. I kind of like this color green, the lighter. We also have the darker, or you can go into the very, very pale.
It's got a little bit of that dendritic inclusion.
Yeah, get one of each. Get like that.
Ooh, ombre.
Look at that.
Normally, when you buy this, you have to buy it by the strand, and the strands, they got them tassels.
Yeah, they do.
One of my friends, she would go to the bead store or the bead shop, and she said, I only buy the beads with tassels on the strands.
Okay.
And then she said that in front of a vendor. He's like, you want me to put a tassel on that?
Right. So these are stunning. Andrew almost retracted them.
I got to keep a few.
He almost just said no to all of them.
That's why the price went down.
Then I was like, can we just try some? If nobody likes them, then you can have them.
I will. That's
He says that's a guarantee.
Bridgerton Way collection.
Bridgerton Way collection. Look at those. So these are Peruvian opal. T6, $6 each. They are not the cheapest date tonight, but they are well worth that price. This is vintage goodness right here, right now.
Talk about glowing. That's glowing.
Look at that.
They're bewitching me. I'm ready for this spell. Let me have it. Sing to me, my beauties.
They're talking about the mint. It makes people want pork chops, lamb chops, mint chocolate chip, ice cream.
I want some.
I know. I want some mint chocolate chip right now.
We were talking about ice cream the other night, and
were we?
Yeah, we got some. You missed two.
Oh, they're under the camera. I couldn't see.
I was like, "What? He's saving those some more for me?
Those are mine.
For me, he's gonna put them off to the side." He has his own bead collection. Don't you get you all twisted.
Sandra says, what opals? These Peruvian opal. Peruvian opal.
Gem.
T6, $6 each. Peruvian opal. Some of the best quality I've seen in a long time. Peruvian opal.
Yeah, sometimes when people hear the word opal, they only think of Australian opal.
Yeah.
Or they think of Ethiopian opal. But it's actually a formation that's done with water. And so there's like a green opal, pink opal, Peruvian opal is kind of that kind of minty seafoam green color. These are
amethyst. not ametrine. They're like the ametrines earlier in the shape and cut, but these are all amethyst. Sandra loves the green ones.
They sing to me,
too.
y'all.
Like, how can you not love that? Look at that. Look at those.
Together forever.
Oh, look at those gemmy. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Don't throw it.
Don't throw it.
He's getting so
overcome.
So overcome, he had to actively reject it so he don't keep it himself.
Sandra says, "Wait, did I miss ametrine?" Yep. Ametrine was number 2. T2.
T2.
T2. Go back and watch T2 on YouTube. You can scroll back if you want. Only a few. I think we sold some of the T2, but not all. Nobody has picked up the T6 yet.
What's the T6?
That's that Peruvian opal. Nobody wants them. This is amethyst.
You know, it is a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, it is. This is amethyst. Maybe everyone's waiting to see what comes up before they decide to spend it on those. Beautiful amethyst. These are $3 a piece. T7. T7. Gorgeous, gemmy. Look at the clarity. There's some inclusions there. Suzanne asks, how many lots? There are 30 lots tonight. 30.
We were going to go longer, but
it's Bridgerton night, and we got to eat and cook dinner. Throwing beads.
Cats, don't forget the look of our face.
I know. I feel like our cats haven't seen us in years.
Yeah, but you're actually at home. Me, I'm over here.
I'm not at home much more than you. Just that one night, last night. Generally we're here back and forth together.
Gertie, she reached out and tried to touch my face, and she did that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Petting your aura.
She was like, "Oh, I used to know you."
All right, everybody. We gave you the deal of the house tonight. House deal.
Who is it?
On the. This is the aquamarine.
Oh boy.
Only $1 each.
What?
Only $1 each. $1 each.
You tripping, bro?
$1 each. They were $1.50 each.
You tripping? That must be something different price. Because
look at this.
Look at the color, y'all.
Look at that color.
Now I know y'all who love the aquamarine. Y'all know that this color is not something you're gonna see. Usually you see that light, real pale. That's fine too, whatever. But this one, this is like glowing. And this is not dyed. This is not dyed. Because sometimes I've seen where they get the quartz and then they dye it. And then they're like, oh, this is the aquamarine. And the blue's coming off on your hands.
Right.
This is for real. And he got that $1 a piece. You tripping, bro.
You tripping, bro.
Put gold wire on it. Put your wire. Sell it for $400. Go ahead. Get wild.
$400.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me. Thank
Let's
you.
get Sundance crazy.
Okay. We've just sold so far 12 of these. So there were 36. So what's that? 24 left. 24 left. $1 each. You know this is the time to get them. This is the time to get them. 20 of them left. We just sold 4 more. 20 of them left.
Let me just tell you, that William lost his mind. He got hateful to me, and he's like, "I'm gonna sell these cheap."
You know you know that color. That's not a color you're going to see much more any day these days. They've actually you're seeing a lot more moss aqua lately because this color is harder and harder to find. So they're making.
Used to they throw away the moss aqua.
Yep. When you start seeing the things they used to throw away become popular, that's because they're running out of the thing that really is popular.
So I do like moss aqua. Don't get me wrong.
I love moss aqua. I'm glad that it's popular now. It's my kind of green.
And it also has inclusions, which I like. But the song of the sea up in here.
I can't even hold on to them.
I know, he's getting wild. He's getting shaken. He's getting...
So we just sold 8 more of those. What were we at? 20? We're down to 12 of them, I think. Maybe.
He's shaking.
I know.
He got so enamored with it.
Yeah, I think we have 12 of those left. 12 of those left, and that's it. Then they're gone. 11 of those left. You got an order for 1 more. 11 of those left. $1, everybody. I told you that was the house special tonight.
Yeah, he's not. That is what I definitely do.
All right, everybody.
Because I had a course corrected that.
What would you have charged, Andrew?
Probably, to be honest, and like nowadays, like for real, at least $4 a piece.
$4 a stone. So everyone who just bought one saved $3 on each one.
Because literally, if you made those into just put them on a head pin, put it on an ear wire, that would be at least a $36 pair of earrings.
There you go. Sandra said those should be sold out.
That color of that stone is so particularly nice that I can't imagine. Like, I can't imagine you not selling those.
I know. All right, next up, Tektites. How often do you see drilled Tektites?
Not often.
Polished. They're polished on the drilled ends and left as they are in the centers. Tektites.
Do you know what that is?
That falls from the sky.
So the Tektite is the stuff that happens when the impacts, and sometimes from the sky.
Yeah, that's what Steve told me. The black ones that are round, they're shaped that way because of the way they fall through the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. But also, sometimes people have a tumbler.
His weren't tumbled that he gave us.
No.
So these are $1.50 each only.
That's another cheapie.
Yep.
Because I know I paid more. You know how I know I paid more? Where is it?
He says, where is it? And these are drilled. He's looking through his stash, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He says, did you take those from my stash?
No, I know where mine are. I thought I knew that.
I think these are so cool. I thought these would sell out immediately, honestly. T9 Tektites.
Well, you know, right?
Yeah, it's such a cool thing. I think those with some silver or gold make them into slightly asymmetrical earrings.
Can you tell, like, a kid that that's from outer space?
Yeah, they fell, like, from space. Or put it on a chain.
But that's like the aliens. You know that moldavite is so expensive, and it's basically the same thing, except that one, the moldavite's green, and this is black.
And these are super light, everybody. Like, you know how charcoal is a light thing? These are, like, super light. Very, very light. T9, $1.50 each. We're down to 8 of them. We've sold 2 of them so far.
But that's the thing, is like the color of some stuff. Like moldavite, it went viral on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And it was like $60 a gram.
It was always expensive.
It was always expensive, but the last time I was in Tucson, it was redonkulous.
Can you give me one of those plastic trays, please? The colored ones we were using.
What?
They weren't right there. That stack of colored plastic trays.
Like this?
Yeah, but there was the whole stack of them.
I put them on their shelf.
Oh, they had a shelf. I've been using them to keep these in order.
Oh.
It makes my spreadsheeting a little bit easier at the end of the day.
Yeah, but the one, when I got some moldavite before, it was crazy. Somebody we did this thing where I was shopping for people, and they wanted moldavite, and I was like, you're going to need to up your budget by several hundred.
Yeah.
And so I got this one tiny little fragment for them.
Oh, I have a lone aquamarine on the table. Thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, it wanted to live with
It wanted to live with Andrew.
It said, I want to be with you.
Okay. Who loves Heliodor? Who knows about Heliodor? Have you ever seen Heliodor? Do you love Heliodor?
I like it.
Here's Heliodor. Super nice quality Heliodor. We're doing them for $5 each year, price down from $6. Really, price should even be a little more than that. Gemmy.
People get it confused with citrine.
Yeah.
But it looks different, right? So one of the reasons why it looks different is so a lot of the stuff that people sell as citrine is actually amethyst that they cook in an oven.
Mm-hmm.
And that's whatever. It's been something that people have been doing for thousands of years. Anyway, so what people think of as citrine is not how it actually looks when it comes out the ground. So this, a lot of times people confuse this with citrine because it looks similar, but it's a different stone. So like citrine is quartz based. This is beryl based.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in the family of aquamarine and emeralds and kunzite and
Morganite.
morganite and all of them ones. So there you go.
There you go. 5 of them only available. T10, $5 each. I think these are spectacular. These are some of my favorite of the night.
Citrine is closer to smoky quartz. Like natural citrine from Nambia is. It looks more like now that you have to that's
We've sold 2 of these. We are down to 3 available at $5 each.
there's all different kinds and qualities. But sometimes, like, somebody came into the shop and they're like, oh, I have this rare citrine. And they were, like, so proud of it. And it broke my heart to tell them it was glass.
Oh.
And then the one people, they came in, they're like, these are amber beads. They've been in my family. And my Baba Yushka used to wear them. And I was like, I don't know if she knows, but this she'd wear them plastic. Oh my goodness.
Look at these rainbows.
Y'all know what this is?
Can you tell what this is?
We're going to have pop quiz. Y'all know what this one is?
Guess what this one is, everybody.
You may not know, because usually you don't see it.
It's such a good quality.
Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Ice Baby.
This is the beach glass of the night? No?
T11. They were $3. We took them down to $2.50 each only.
Did anybody guess?
Nobody's guessing yet. Lena says the Scottish citrine mine closed, but those old ones are so lovely.
Mm-hmm. So this is...
Cara says, I literally just said out loud, ooh, what is that?
Fluorite.
Susan got it.
She knows it.
These are fluorite, just the green parts of the fluorite and the most gemmy green part of the fluorite. These are so pretty. Fluorite's been really popular. We've been getting a lot of questions about some of the fluorite beads we have, both the strands and the beads and bowls that we have. A lot of people are starting to be drawn, I feel like, to fluorite. So we have 15 of those available. T11, $2.50 each only. Beautiful, natural stone, superb quality. You know, a lot of times fluorite is very milky kind of looking nowadays. These are gemmy goodness. T11, $2.50. Where'd you go, Andrew? Working on stuff over there. Yeah, I miss you. Where'd you go?
Oh, really?
Oh, really? He doesn't seem convinced by that.
Over here watching Bridgerton.
We sold one of the fluorites. We're down to 14 of those available. Here, yes, peridot. 3 only available. Look at this peridot.
Oh,
$4 each only.
look at that. That's gem quality.
Sorry, my hands are dirty too. I was working with paint earlier today.
I saw that and I was like, "What's that?"
What's
He's
that?
like, "It's paint." I was like, "You mean from the building from last
3 weeks
2
ago?
weeks ago?" And he's like, "No,
Today.
look at that."
T12
Where's Michelle? She's a
peridot.
peridot.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Michelle today. Did I? Did Michelle here? Maybe she's working.
Making stuff for her collection.
Yeah. Sold 3 more of the fluorites. We're down to 11 of those. This is peridot, $4 each. Only 3 of them available. Look at that gemmy goodness.
Mm-hmm. It's speaking to me.
And just to give
You
you
know
a
what?
size on just
You
one
know-
of these,
You know what that is? That's you're gonna bring down Superman.
9 by 5 millimeters. I know it looks like kryptonite, right? That's the kryptonite, y'all.
You need a weekend Henry Cavill's resolve on you.
So he can be in your new movie.
Oh, the one that I want him to do.
Uh-huh.
You have to, I would watch that.
He's like, I would watch that.
People will watch that.
Right.
And they will get. Sandra Bullock deserves something good in her life.
Pink opal, everybody.
Let her have some enjoyment in her life. And I don't know if they're gonna follow the books, but did y'all hear they're gonna make a new Practical Magic 2, and they're gonna bring back Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
I'm excited.
I am. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Pink opal, $2 each, everybody. Only $2. Now think about this with the Peruvian opal. Look at how pretty those are. Look at those colors together.
This man's favorite color.
Right? We know that. But look at those. So these were $6 each. These are $2 each.
Oh, Don's watching.
Oh, hello, Don.
I miss you, long-time friend.
I know. We haven't seen you in so long.
I saw him at you the other day. Did you feel it in the force? I said, "Oh my gosh, she's got her new studio set up, and her casting machine looks like it's a rocket that you can take off on."
So this is T13. Pink not Peruvian. Pink opal. Pink opal.
Look how pretty.
Look at those. Little smooth rondelles.
You know what those remind me of? Some of them. Conch pearls.
Mmm.
And I'm saying conch with an N in it.
Conch.
I once said conch pearls and I thought I was talking about something else. I was like, no, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That guy said COCK.
Oh.
They're like,
Lena says, I always thought kryptonite was chrome dioxide.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
But that
Because you don't get peridot that clear usually. They gotta use the chrome dioxide, right?
Alright. It just weakens Henry just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So this is T13, $2 each only, 17 of those available. I really like those.
Yeah, I would
They're
watch
really
that.
pretty.
I would watch that twice, maybe 3 times.
Maybe 3 times. Next up, T14, Jasper.
This is African turquoise.
African turquoise. $1.50 each.
It's basically green jasper.
Green jasper, little eggs of goodness.
They look like little robin's eggs.
Little eggs of goodness.
Look at that. Imagine put that on the wire nest. There you go. Already designed it. There you go. Or they actually look like raven's eggs. Because they're raven's eggs, they're more speckled.
We have 4 of these available. They are approximately, about 9.5 millimeters by 15.5. T14. I like those. $1.50 each. What's next? Ooh. There they go. They do look like that, just like that.
See, I'm not tripping.
I'm not tripping. Next up, green opal. Now, we put these at $1. They're small, but they're beautiful. Green opal. Beautiful. T15. $1 each. Only 9 of them available. 9 of them available. Some of these really small ones would be great for earrings. Beautiful green opal. T15. Look at those. I like how vibrant green they are too. Like those are green. There's no question. They're beautiful. I like those black inclusions in there. T15, $1 each.
I didn't realize how heavy this thing was.
Yes, it is very heavy. Jen and I worked at getting that in here.
No, I thought you did that by yourself. I was like, dang, you stronger than I thought, bro.
No, I needed Jen's help for that one. Next up,
Like, you've been listening.
these here, everybody. Nander and I saw these. We were like, what?
Oh, boy.
There's Michelle. Hello, Michelle. We were just talking about you. Okay, we might have to get Andrew's phone so you can see these in the good light.
They don't look like nothing like that.
You can kind of see it. Can you see it? Now. It's not. Look at these. If we had better light, daylight, you know what these are?
My stomach does.
Lennis does. Garnets. These are rhodolite garnets. They're that purpley garnet.
That purpley red.
Beautiful quality on these. These are $6 each.
Making my mouth water.
Making
like
your stomach knows. Your stomach wants to eat them.
I know, like, oh. The juice of the berry.
Look at that. We have 17 of these available at $6 each. This was an exquisite strand we cut up.
It was not, how you call it, cheap strand.
No, it was not.
Let me have my phone back before you drain the battery.
So, Suzanne says, my birthstone. Beautiful rhodolite garnets. Extra nice quality. T16. $6 a piece. Look at how beautiful. You know that's good. If you know, you know. If you know garnets, you know that this is an exceptional quality and an exceptional color. For the clarity these have and the color that they have, these are well worth the price. And I will show you maybe some of these others too. There's the strand. We're not lying. We're cutting up the strand, everybody. Beautiful rhodolite garnets. T16, $6 each. 17 of them available.
Those are pretty.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I did a good deal on these too. We sold one of the T16 so far.
Ooh, these are pretty.
Citrine.
Mm-hmm.
Citrine. Beautiful cut. Faceted rondelle.
This is the real stuff.
This is real citrine.
It's not the I'll show you what the big stuff looks like. I keep talking about it.
This is about 3.5 millimeters. Whoops, no, my thing's off. I was going to say that's not 3.5 millimeters. This is about 13.5 millimeters by 10. 13.5 by 10. Beautiful citrine, glowing beauties. Only $2 each, everybody. $2 each. You can make a pair of earrings, sell them for $28, $32 each.
Those are gem quality.
These are stunning quality.
All right. So this is actually a pretty not terrible. They held back on the oven a little bit, but when it looked like fried chicken, then
Baked.
baked amethyst. And what that also indicator show on the side, this white. See that? When it comes off in like a seed shape and it's got the white little feet there, then that, and what happens sometimes, so one of the problems of baking the amethyst to get this color is that it can weaken the stone. So this is actually, it makes this part more brittle. So when you have a low natural heat of the earth, and it's not that low,
Over
actually,
millions of years.
and there's pressure and all this other stuff, it's not as brittle. So that's where the difference is. Now, some of the other natural citrine is almost look like sweet tea. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind. So this one is gem quality in the sense that it's that bright lemony yellow, and I don't know
And
if
it's
there's
got
any.
the clarity. I don't see, yeah, there aren't many inclusions in these.
So they should be way more. They
Yep.
should be like $8 a bead, to be honest.
But, hey y'all, grab them now.
And I'm not just trying to inflate the price.
No.
If you buy that now,
You're saving money if you buy that now. Beautiful quality. T17. 24 of them available. We've sold 4. We have 20 of them left. 20 of them
working
left.
off of old prices.
Yep. Old
And
prices.
some of that you can't get it. You just can't get it now.
No.
So that's life. The deep sadness.
The deep, deep sadness.
Who's ready to cry together and make a sword of tears? That's in a book I'm listening to.
No, I don't know quite what these are.
They're agate.
Yeah, they're an agate. Some kind of snake skin or dragon skin. The dragon skin was more gray. But
it almost looks like a honeycomb.
yeah, it does.
But this is what they call snakeskin agate, the old one.
And this is, we have 18 of these available. These are 18.5 millimeter rounds. So beautiful. Those would stand alone on a chain easy. $2 $2.50. If you can't put that on a chain and sell it and make your money back easy, there's something wrong. $2.50 a bead. We have 18 of these available. This is just a few of them, but I have 8 of them here. There's 10 more. They look like this.
Maybe I'll show them what they call snakes in agate nowadays.
He's looking.
Can't find it then.
He's looking.
Because you can see the difference.
Isn't it green?
No, well, they just call it that, but it's I'll keep looking.
He's gonna keep looking. We'll come back to this maybe. T18, $2.50 each. Okay, T19. These are really pretty shell. Super pretty. They are so flashy.
I'm trying to tidy up so Lance has a place to sit.
That's good.
And now I can't find anything.
That's what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So these are $2 each, down from $2.50 each. They are drilled through the top drilled like this to hang down. They would make the cutest little earrings. $2 each. There are 23 of these available, but really flashy. Like those collect and reflect the light. So if you have somebody with darker hair, a lot of times people with darker hair are always worried about wearing earrings because people won't see them. These will catch the light very well for that. Remember that if you buy these and then you make them and sell them at a show, to tell people. Because some people don't think about that, but they know it's true. They know it's true.
Well, I think sometimes the things we're telling you can also tell your customers.
Yeah, we tell you so that you can tell your customers. We're not just here telling you just to tell you.
That's also what our vendors tell us.
Sometimes, yep. Sometimes we come up with these things on our own.
Yeah.
All these things, but sometimes we hear them from other people too.
I know, but if it's like a fact about a stone or something.
Right. Yeah, when we tell you things, write that down if you buy the stones so that you know.
If you want.
If you want. Yeah, I'm not going to force you. Not the.
Like, did you take notes?
Did you take notes during the live today?
I had one teacher. So I always take notes. So this was not directed towards me. But I had one teacher, and the student came up and asked the teacher, and the teacher said, "Where's your notes?" And then they said, "I didn't take any." And then they're like, "Well, should have took notes."
Beautiful mother of pearl, $2 each. This is nice mop, great shape, right? Mop, mother of pearl.
And then they were like, "I said it 3 times."
I said it. You should have written it down. Okay. Whoa. Next up, some smoky quartz. Smoky quartz. Let me get this, because some of the strand is here and some of the strand is not here. I just cut a few off. So these are approximately 10 millimeter by 8 millimeter faceted rondelle, truly beautiful smoky quartz beads. And these are $2 each. Beautiful quality. Very consistent throughout. Very clear. You got the gemmy goodness on these. Check those out. Smoky quartz. You know, those are just great. Earrings, bracelets. Add them as, you know, here and there in a bracelet. Very nice strand we've cut apart. And they are $2 a bead. 20 of them available. T20. T20.
So I can't find the strand. I'm gonna show you this. So, sometimes they call this snakeskin agate, and sometimes what it is where they take and they dye the stones to make it look like that, and they'll use an acid etching process. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that they should have just called it something else.
Yeah.
You know? But that's like when they call something a Z bead, and it's clearly an acid etched agate.
Right.
So you just have to be careful out there and be mindful, because sometimes people don't know, and they're just passing along the information that they were passed along.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people know, and they're trying to pull one over.
Yeah. Marion says, I once lent notes to another student. She complained that it wasn't what the prof said. I can't copy everything a prof says. Yeah,
She
don't.
Take her own
She
note.
should. Yeah, exactly. She should have taken her own. She should have been there that day. She didn't like your notes. Ask somebody else, right? Give me my notes back.
Oh, wow.
Give me my notes back. This is, again, smoky quartz in these beautiful drops. Combine these with the other ones we just had. What do I do with them? There they are. So you can combine these with these. Make some earrings with T20. These are 16 millimeter approximately by approximately 10 millimeters. 16 by 10. Drops, faceted. Very nice color in these. Very consistent color throughout. T21. Look at that. That's a high grade smoky quartz right there. No inclusions. Beautiful. $3 each. Buy them by the pair, buy them individually, whatever you'd like. Buy the whole lot of 11 of them if you want. Actually, we've just sold 2, so we have 9 of them available for you if you would like them. Stunning. Oops. Sorry, everybody. Oi. Okay.
Are you showing the? Did you show the turquoise?
I don't have turquoise.
I thought you had some green stones.
I had green opal.
Well, I was going to show them, because I talk about this often, about how the copper grows. So this is the copper in the matrix, and see how that the matrix around it is green like that. So that is why
Natural copper.
this is called what they call native copper.
Pretty cool, right?
See, I don't make everything up.
T22. T22, $3 each. These smoky quartz cubes, faceted cubes. Beautiful clarity, stunning color. So if I can keep a hold of them. Smoky quartz. Faceted cubes. Let me give you a size on these, top to bottom. They are about 11.2, side to side, about 11.5. 3 of them available only, $3 each. T22. All right, T23. What is T23? Ooh, these are cool. These are really cool. Quartz. Lenna says, you guys are killing me with this lush smoky quartz for 4 days now. Dragon Gene is activated.
Correct.
Right? Look at these.
Look away.
Look at these quartz tubes. Faceted, elongated rice beads, maybe we'll call them. 31 millimeters by about 7, almost 8 millimeters. They're $4.50 each. It'd be really cool as either earrings, 2 pair of earrings, a pendant, it'd be a nice little pendant, maybe on a bracelet as well, a spacer in your designs to add some space, but yet have something beautiful there. They're a nice size to add a bit of, you know, bit of airiness to your design. If you're working with neons, this is a great break. If you're working with something like that, maybe. Very pretty. $4.50 each. I just think they're very unique. I love them. T23 quartz. Still available. Nobody wants them so far. It's always surprising to me what goes and what doesn't. Sometimes the things that, like, I would scoop those up like nobody's business. But you never know. You never know what people are interested in these days. Okay, more beautiful quartz. These are drops, top drilled drops. And these are approximately 26 millimeters by 7. 26 by 7. There are 7 of these available, so only 3 pairs with an odd one out. But they are beautiful. You can see some very slight inclusions in some of these. Makes it easier to know they're real and not glass, right? T24, $4 each. Susan's under a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 p.m. Be careful, everybody. Severe thunderstorm, hopefully not too bad, right? Hopefully. They've been getting wild lately, though. Some of these storms. All right, T24, clear quartz drops, $4 each. T25. These are really fun. Clear quartz coins, faceted. They're not faceted on the edges. They're smooth on the edges, but they're faceted on the fronts and backs. And look at that. Beautiful clear quartz. Whoop. T25, $4 each. Just beautiful. Like, can you see those hanging? Use them in your sun catchers too, remember. These would be great in the smaller part of a sun catcher. Lena says, wow, that's some amazing cutting and polishing, right? It's true. I love this kind of, it's almost like a star pattern cut. Looks like a star to me. Beautiful. T25, $4 each. Really good quality on those. Only 6 of those available. Oh, 2 papers there. T. Where's 26? They're wrapping around the back here. T26. $3 each are these. Now these ones are faceted on the edge, but not this part. These are faceted the other way. So I think these, like, let's see here. I think if you said something like, did something like this with these, right? Put one of them this way, one of them this way, make a pair of earrings. This is T25. And then we have T26 here on the bottom. You could put these together like that. Wouldn't that be pretty? And then maybe hang a T23 from that. What about that? Let's put these all together. No, not a T23. That's the wrong one. A T24. T24. So maybe hang one of these from there. So you would have it like this, and like that. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Chips.
I am getting chips. I've already decided in my head I'm getting chips tonight. Now, I need them. I need them. Wouldn't these be pretty together?
Sure, I love them.
So
I'm ready to receive.
These are T25, $4 each. T26, $3 each. T24, $4 each.
Let's do the crystal download.
Right? Beautiful, beautiful all together.
I love these.
They are stunning.
If they don't sell, I keep it. Don't worry.
He's like, I'm going to keep those. Well, they're not selling much so far. We've sold 2 of the 25s out of the 6 of them.
I keep it. Don't worry.
We're going to make some nice jewelry with these, y'all. If you're not going to do it, we're not afraid. We're not afraid.
No.
You're going to see a lot of William jewelry coming up. William Tries Things jewelry coming up on the website.
We're going to rebrand it.
He's like, we're not calling it that, by the way.
No. We're going to call it something by William.
Okay. Now.
Fearless.
Fearless by William. T27 are these little drops, $3 each. Only 4 of these available. Little quartz.
Those are so good.
Look at how beautiful.
They look like glass, but they're not.
I know. They're nice and cold. I can tell right now. Wonders by William, says Marianne. Get that alliteration going. 12.2 millimeters by about 7.5. 4 of these available only. T27. Maybe use those instead of the long ones on the other one, the little design I had. T27, $3 each. 4 available. That's it. Then they're done. No more. T28, $3 each.
Oh.
Are these pinch beads?
Are you sure that these aren't mine? Because some of them look awfully familiar.
I got them where I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
These are like pinch beads, faceted pinch beads. They're 3-sided. Where have you ever seen that before? Have you ever seen
In my
three-sided,
stash.
faceted pinch beads in quartz?
Mm-hmm.
These are lovely. They are $3 each only. Very unique shape.
Correct.
Very unique.
Very unique.
12 millimeters by about 8.
So I might even say uncanny how close they look like to the ones in my stash.
Linda says, I've never seen faceted pinch beads. Now, these aren't really glass pinch beads. These are actual quartz. They're just, I'm calling them that because they're the shape of Czech pinch beads. But these are clear quartz, faceted beauties. Only 7 of them available. I don't know where the other rest of that strand went. 7 of them available. T28. $3 each only. That's a unique design right there. That's a unique. You're not going to see that in anyone else's jewelry.
Look how quickly he moved through that one.
Now, what do you think these are, Andrew?
Delight.
I know.
Look like onyx.
Onyx. Oh. 2 of these are drilled one way. 2 are drilled the other. So we're going to not have that one. We're going to mark this down to 2 of these available. The other one's drilled the other way. So these are drilled top to bottom. Onyx. $4 each. These are big ones. Big bigs. 25 millimeters by 15.5. They're still pretty light. They might be getting too heavy for earrings though. But they'd be a beautiful pendant. Drop pendant for $4.
Make a pendulum.
You can do that.
You need to communicate.
Need to communicate with somebody. So there you have beautiful $4. Make that a pendant, and then what? And then put it on a silver chain and sell it for $16 to $18.
Do it.
Or a stainless steel chain. Keep your costs down even further.
Did it. Some people like stainless steel better than
They do. That's right.
I was like, what? And they're like, I don't like to mess with tarnish.
Lena says, got any drilled Herkimers? Not tonight, but probably have some around. Michelle says, the only time I've seen pinch beads like that were Andrew's.
No.
When have you seen those? When has he ever shown those
Don't
before?
worry about it, William.
When did you show those before,
Don't
Andrew?
worry about it. It's not a concern for you.
I haven't even seen those
Don't
before.
worry about what I have to do in my own particular usage of my life.
Oh, listen to this, Sass. Now, this is some kind of agate. I'm not sure what kind. It's beautiful. Let me take some more of these out because I want to show you all the different prices at $2 each only. There are 24 of them available. Look at these pretty, pretty designs. Some I think it was needle agate is what the thing said. I said, I've never heard of needle agate.
It's called flower.
I see it's got kind of needles in there.
This is a flower.
Andrew said it's flower, in case you missed that. He said it was flower agate.
Are you making fun of me? I know who's going to eat the chips.
Who's not going to eat the chips? Well, who's going to stop and get the chips?
It's going to be me. I'm going to eat them in your face.
Eat them in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lot to make up for.
So these are $2 each.
In such a way.
T30. This is the last lot of the evening. $2 each. These are approximately 20 millimeters by 15 millimeters. And there are 24 of those available. T30, $2 each, 24 available. Flower agate. All right, y'all. That's the show for today.
it.
Did y'all like the loose beads again?
Maybe they don't.
Maybe you're tired of everything. We sold some things tonight. That's nice.
Good.
Few.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
It helps.
Keep the lights on here at the cottage.
The one people there, $85 an hour for music. So
Oh.
I don't know. You'd be like, can you play for half an hour for that?
Half an hour every 5 minutes. Take a break. Suzanne says, get some chips, right?
It's going to be manifested.
Manifest those chips so we can watch the Bridgerton.
And I'm going to get the ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream too?
Ice cream and Bridgerton.
Ice cream, chips, and Bridgerton.
Correct.
This is getting to be, it's going to be an expensive sheets night tonight.
Wow.
He says, I deserve it.
After that sass.
After that sass. So thank you all so much. Lena says, I missed the aquamarine.
Yeah, you did.
There's, yeah, he doesn't even know. There, I think
aquamarine, the dollar aquamarine.
There's still some available.
Oh, really?
I think there were 9 available or something like that. I'm pretty sure we didn't sell through them all. We had like 10 available. So you didn't miss out yet. If you saw anything you liked, please send an email. Remember, those special sale prices are only good until tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. We're going to be at the store tomorrow in Johnstown.
Maybe you are.
Well, if I'm at the store tomorrow, that means Andrew will be doing the live for you.
Yeah, well, you don't want people to watch.
He thinks you all don't like him now.
I know.
Michelle's going to watch Practical Magic tonight.
I see how some of the numbers jump when he comes on. And when I come on, they drop.
I don't know.
Right.
I keep it fun and light, I guess. Mm-hmm. Fun and light.
I'm all doom and gloom. People like, oh no, here he comes.
Oh no. It's Andrew. It's Andrew. It's Trauma Time Andrew.
Trauma Time.
Andy Trauma Time. Didn't know that's what that TT stood for.
Trauma Time.
Andy TT. Andy Trauma Time.
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, he's finding. There's some really good stuff around here, y'all. We got more to bring to you all. So thank you so much. We're going to go and get our chips and our ice cream, apparently. And going to watch some Bridgerton tonight.
Right.
And sit with our cats and spend some time with them.
But I do want to make stuff, but I also want to...
Well, maybe you don't have to go to the store tomorrow, and you can make stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
You see how quickly he accepts. I didn't even say that was a sure thing.
All right.
He's already... He's like, you said it. It's done now.
It's on video.
All right. It's on video. Mary says, well, I didn't miss yesterday. Resting so I could make it through work today. Everyone have a great night. Check on yesterday. I know that... You know, if y'all request things that are... This sale price is expired. If you're one of our peeps, we usually give you a little extension. So make sure you look at the last few videos.
Yeah, if you're one of our people, I'm not going to be saying no.
We're not going to be like, no, you've got to be.
Random stranger person that has never ordered from us.
The price is what we tell you.
Then it is what it is.
Right. But when you're our...
I have what you call trust issues now. So,
like, you got to get in there good.
So you got to be one of our AGB fam. Post at least 5 to 10 posts in the Alabama Gallery Design Challenge room.
Right.
And maybe you get exclusive.
Be active. Be active. Then you get the good deals. Anyway.
Some random person I met at B show 20 years ago. Then...
You know, I can get in the best way by paying the price we say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Pay double.
Pay double. You don't have to pay double. Sometimes.
Give me a little tip and you're going to get an extra. Ryan will give you a little shout.
He's getting wild now. It's time to go get him some chips. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Have a wonderful Thursday evening. Everyone be safe out there. Susan, under that storm watch. Anybody else who might be having some rough weather, please be safe. And we will see you back here at some point tomorrow. Hopefully around 7:30, but it might be more Andrew until I get out of the store and get everything closed up. But we'll see you then.
14?
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
See ya.